Hi there, Evan here with Crypto and Markets for Monday, March 26th, 2018. Of course, Thursday into Friday and into today as well, a lot of news has come out about Iran. Of course, there was this headline from Zero Hedge a few hours ago. Trump will scrap Iran deal on May 12th, and what was widely a foregone conclusion just became confirmed. Okay, just to put it in context, on March 22nd and March 23rd, oil moved from roughly about $63 to closing at almost $66. Came back a bit on Monday. Of course, the news came out Sunday night that Saudi Arabia had intercepted, allegedly, a bomb coming out of Iran that was going to hit Riyadh. Now, again, we don't know the exact story of that, so don't hold me to it. But that was the report that came out last night. Oil spiked overnight Sunday to about $66.50, which ironically enough was right at the high of $66.66, as I mentioned about a month ago, and then came off close today at about $65.50. So there you go. Again here, it was before Trump appointed Bolton to succeed McMaster as the National Security Advisor. That's when the decision was made. Before all that, Trump fired Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. There was obviously a big disagreement between the two over the Iran deal. Mike Pompeo comes in as Secretary of State. This last paragraph here kind of had me thinking. It's widely expected that Iran will resume its enrichment of uranium as soon as the deal collapses, while the U.S. formally excludes Iran from SWIFT, again, curbing the amount of oil Iran can export by approximately 1 million barrels a day, and potentially sending the price of crude oil higher in the summer months. Okay, so again, more on that in a minute. That's the reason why the price of oil rallied. Everyone thinks that by Trump pulling out of the Iran deal, he'll put the sanctions on him again, and it'll cut down the oil exports and the price of oil skyrockets. Again, this tweet here by Petromatrix on Friday says it best. And all pensions funds were buying oil for inflation hedge and diversifications. Those investment marketing themes have come back. Here's an important thing. More on this in a second. Bomb Iran was also a big theme in 2008. Again, what happened in 2008? That's when the stock bear market started. Oil had started going parabolic when the market started turning down in about February. And obviously, after it went parabolic, topped out at about 145. It had a massive collapse. And again, as you can see in this tweet here by Olivier Jacob, as I've said in previous videos, a guy you have to follow in the oil industry. What I'm going to show you next, I think he's dead on here. And this is obviously what happened in 2008. You can see here, the stock market topped out, oil went parabolic, and it faded with the rest of the market into early 2009. I don't think oil is going to actually have a spike this time. I'm going to show you two more charts as to my reasoning why, and I think you kind of know where I'm going with this. This is U.S. crude oil production. Actually, you know what? First, I'll show you Iran. This is Iran crude oil production in from 2008 until now. They're producing about 4 million barrels a day then. They're producing 3.8 now. And our good old friends, the U.S., were at about 5 million barrels a day in 2008. And as I mentioned in all my previous videos, really since I started the channel, to be honest, they're at 10 million barrels a day now and going higher. Again, as I've said in previous videos, OPEC doesn't matter anymore. In fact, Iran themselves, really? Who cares? I mean, even in all my estimations I factored in, for how much production is going to be on the market this year. Look at Iran. Look what I've said about Iran previously. Iran's only going to be able to get back to the 4 million they were before, and that's it. Let's face it. The mainstream business media is too busy focusing on an irrelevant producer, a producer that can't grow anymore. Even if you take the 1 million barrels a day off the market, you don't think the Permian, the Eagle Ford, etc. can make up for it? And then again, also you have Brazil and Argentina coming online next year. You have U.S. offshore starting to come online as well too, probably by the end of the year. You have the Norwegians by the end of the year coming online. You have the North Sea coming online. Again, guys, it's the same BS you're hearing about Iran that you heard in 2008. And they mean even less to the oil market as they do now. They're still here. The U.S. is still here. That's not even factoring in other producers either. So when you hear panic, oh my God, just think to yourself, what are the real swing producers doing? And I'll go ahead and leave with this. This is the commitment of traders from Tuesday of last week. Look at this. 486,000 contracts long, only 28,000 short. On a net long basis for managed money, we're almost back at the highs. The market's buying this, and I don't think it's going to work. Again, as I said before, forget even Iran for a second. The longer OPEC stays with this deal, the more market share it's giving to the swing producers, U.S., etc., and the less irrelevant it's going to be in the long run. I mean, you're already starting to see it now. Even with the OPEC cuts, with no demand growth this year, we're still going to produce more than what's going to be consumed. So OPEC's going to have a long look in the mirror and see if they matter or not. I know they're trying to stay relevant, but in the long run, I just don't see it working. And again, to conclude, this is a chart, S&P 500 versus WTI. By the way, the S&P today, this is actually Friday's close. The S&P is around 2670 now, had a big day today. But still, if you look at the correlation here, WTI comes back into the high 50s. So again, when you hear about Iran and the oil markets, I'll go ahead and leave it with our guys at Petromatrix. Who cares? Don't believe the hype. Okay? Even the oil stocks today. Market was up about 3%. They barely moved 1%. There you go. Okay? Saw this fury here about Iran. Who cares? The spice must flow. And I'll go ahead and leave it here. Hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. This is Evan with Crypto and Markets. Y'all take care, everybody.